Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Starting with the great name of Allah, who is the most merciful and the most beneficent.
Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. With the series of English essays, our today topic of discussion is failure of democracy in Pakistan.
So first of all, we will read introduction of topic. After that, we will read causes of failure of democracy in Pakistan. At the end, we will read conclusion of our topic. So this topic is very important for all exam point of view, especially for competitive exam of CSS and PMS. So let's start. The failure of democracy in Pakistan. Democracy is a form of government in which people elect their representatives themselves, and the representatives of the people form government and opposition. Counseling is the base of democratic state. The state ensures equality and equity for all citizens irrespective of their caste, color, language, race. The government performs all duties for the welfare of the people and is accountable to people in the performance of obligations. The opinion of each citizen is respected and given due importance. Every citizen has a right to vote to his favorite candidate to contest election, to join any party and perform his own party. That is why democracy is defined as rule of the people, by the people, rule for the people. It's one of the most important quotation of Abraham Lincoln. It means that government of the people, government by the people, and government for the people. Pakistan came into being as a result of a strong democratic movement under the leadership of Quaid-e-Azam. The people of Pakistan, who faced all the problems and difficult circumstances, showed their determination for gaining freedom. They boldly faced the situation and gradually solved the problems. The Pakistani movement was based on Muslims' inalienable right of independence, and the real implementation of democracy was one of the objectives of establishment of Pakistan. It was thought to adopt the democratic structure and enforce democratic values. Quaid-e-Azam described the objectives of establishment of Pakistan as "Let us promote democracy according to Islamic principle." Unfortunately, it is a disheartening spectacle that within a period of 65 years, Pakistan has not proved itself a democratic state in its true sense. Instead of becoming a model of democracy as visualized by Quaid-e-Azam, Pakistan has become what may be best described as a lame democracy. Pakistan was governed by civil and military bureaucrats during its early years. The first democratic elections were held in December 1970. In the Constitution of 1973, a democratic parliamentary government was formed for the first time in the history of Pakistan. This first phase of democratic government continued till 1979. Second and the third democratic phase were between 1988 to 1999 and 2007 to the present date respectively. In this way, Pakistan remained as a democratic state for only 24 years. Democratic traditions are not yet developed in Pakistan, and during these 24 years, Pakistan proved itself nothing but a failure. Although implementation of democracy was one of the objectives of Pakistan, however, democracy cannot succeed in Pakistan because its political leaders, bureaucrats, and feudal landlords will never let democracy flourish. More, our basic democratic traditions of equality and freedom are not followed in Pakistan. The main responsibility for the failure of democracy lies with the politicians. Firstly, they are not sincere with their jobs and are unfaithful to the state. Secondly, Pakistani political leaders are so incompetent that their policies keep failing. People vote a set of politicians with the hope that their elected representatives will act as their faithful leaders and will devote themselves wholeheartedly to the service of the mankind. But to people's dismay, Pakistani politicians do not act as honest leaders, rather, they act as corrupt and disloyal politicians whom ambitions lie in filling their own pocket with the public money. Political leaders are responsible for playing games with the people for their own benefits. They have destroyed the purpose of creating an independent homeland of Pakistan by giving rise to favoritism and corruption. In Pakistani democratic system, the elected leaders do not regularly visit their constituencies as they are least bothered of public issues. In addition, most politicians contest election on the basis of fake degrees. According to an official report, 106 politicians have been counted for contesting elections on the basis of fake degrees. This clearly depicts dishonesty of political leaders. Confidence cannot be restored in the masses. More, our political leaders are incompetent and are unable to find a solution to nation's problem. Political process keeps collapsing in Pakistan and the policies of political parties keep changing, and it is very hard for the politician to reach unanimous stance for a particular policy. The policy of nationalization and the posting of incompetent management halted democracy further. Ever since the creation of Pakistan, the same political parties have stayed in power. For example, Pakistan People Party came into power many times. People keep supporting the same party under the slogan of Roti Kapda or Makan because of their affections for the founder of the party without even realizing the consequences of their support. Under these circumstances, democracy can never flourish in its true sense. Bureaucracy also imposes a serious threat to democracy. Practically, the Constitution of Pakistan is based upon the democratic principle. However, the proposal in the Constitution could not be implemented because of the attitude of some people who are not ready to live the law introduced by the British government. Bureaucracy has always remained powerful since the creation of Pakistan. It comprises the Central Superior Service and Provincial Civil Service. And the main causes which stimulate the culture of bureaucracy in Pakistan is institutional imbalance. Bureaucracy is neither in favor of giving power to anyone nor is ready to become responsible to anyone. This attitude is one of the main obstacles in the way to democracy. Most of the bureaucrats become partial and exploit resources of the country for a favorite political party. Bureaucrats of Pakistan are notorious for their corruption, inefficiency, and incompetency, and thus responsible for destroying democracy in the country. Another main cause for the failure of democracy in Pakistan is a feudal system. Pakistan has inherited feudal system from British India, and this feudal system will never let democracy flourish in Pakistan. Feudal landlords have a major role in performing policies, and they would never like to formulate those policies which are against their interest or are beneficial for the people. The feudal lord acted as traitors and supported British leaders for creating mouth-eaten Pakistan, and now at the present day Pakistan is nothing but a feudal state. Most of the political leaders of Pakistan are feudal lords who have established their identities as political leaders. The feudal lord acted as traitors and supported British leaders for creating a mouth-eaten Pakistan, and now at the present day Pakistan is nothing but a feudal state. Most of the political leaders of Pakistan are feudal lords who have established their identities as a political leader. The feudal lords keep people at arm's length and treat them as their slaves. The rigid nature of this class system has deprived Pakistan from educational and economic development. The farmers' community is under the control of their feudal masters. Such underprivileged and economically demoted peasants can have no other options but to vote for their masters. The farmers live beyond the poverty line and they cannot even express their will freely. Here, the spirit of democracy is violated. Peasants are forced to support their lords due to their fear or maybe due to lack of knowledge. In this way, the elections are of no use, since the peasant will only vote for their feudal lords under their pressure, and democracy will be worse than oligarchy. Supremacy of feudal class is destroying democracy as well as national integration, which itself is essential for democracy. Democracy has been proved beneficial for the feudal landlord since it provides a cover to them and allows them to rule for as long as they want. As far as common people are concerned, they feel themselves totally neglected in such a democracy. In this situation of distorted democracy, even 1,000 elections will not change Pakistan's future. Democracy is based on a basic tradition of equality and freedom of speech among citizens. As far as Pakistani democratic system is concerned, it is failed to achieve either equality or freedom among people, and thus democracy in Pakistan is unsuccessful. This is a clear evidence of inequality when people have to pay bribes in order to get themselves a job. There exists no merit policy while making appointments, and discrimination on the basis of caste, social status, and even gender has eliminated the whole concept of democracy. Rich can easily exploit the people. For example, the wealthy people are always encouraged instead of educated people. Very few educated people join politics and assemblies. In this way, the educated people sitting in parliament cannot build a democratic society on proper lines. In a democratic state, the opinion of each citizen is respected and given due importance. The citizens have full liberty to criticize the working of the government. Although freedom of speech exists to some extent in Pakistan, but due to no constitutional safeguard, it is not fully implemented. A common Pakistani citizen lacks constitutional protection, and thus when any civil servant tries for the good governance, he has to face many obstacles. Whenever someone tries to raise his voice against government, he is pushed back instead of going forward. For example, many journalists of Pakistan who try to raise their voice against politicians are threatened by them. Many senior journalists have disclosed that they had received serious threats from both non-state and state actors. Similarly, many journalists have been murdered in Pakistan, namely Abdul Haq Baloch, Abdul Qadir Hijazi, Abdul Razak Gul, Tariq Jamal, Aurangzeb Dunio, Murtaza Rajvi, Sayyid Salim Shehzad, and Mukram Khan Atif. Moreover, police had beaten journalists in Pakistan on Press Freedom Day, and while they are covering the arrival of Asif Ali Zardari, under these circumstances, no one will dare to stand against government. When the true meaning of democracy has not been fulfilled by Pakistani government, it cannot declare itself a democratic state. Illiteracy is one of the reasons for not letting democracy succeed in Pakistan. In Pakistan, the education sector remained neglected for a long time. In the census of 19 1951, the literacy rate of Pakistan was 16%. That rose to 26.2% in 1981. According to the census of 1998, the literacy rate of Pakistan is 43%. And the literacy rate in 2009 is calculated to be 58, which is very low as compared to developed countries. Such underprivileged and uneducated people cannot make right choice. So maximum part of Pakistani population is still suffer in the darkness of illiteracy and backwardness and is unable to contribute anything towards the development of the country. High rate of illiteracy is important for democracy because illiteracy also leads to poverty. An illiterate and economically impoverished community cannot comprehend and follow the true spirit of democracy.